everybody? Welcome back to another unboxing video brought to you by Bearded Kaiju's Unboxing Reviews. If you guys like the channel, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, share with anybody who think they like the content of this channel. Also, hit that bell notification so you're notified when videos drop like this one. Yeah, we're back for some more unboxing goodness. These guys have been sitting around for a little bit now, and I'm finally trying to get rid of my backlog, honestly, and sprinkle in some of my older figures that I got years and years ago that I never did reviews on before I even got this channel. So I'm kind of picking here and there what kind of fits and kind of what I want to do and what's been sitting forever and whatever. So yeah, just kind of mixing into different things here and there. So but yeah, these guys have sat around long enough. I know a lot of people have gotten these guys. They're still continuing to get these figures, and so I wanted to show these guys off and show the appreciation and really kind of get my first look at these guys, because I've just seen pictures online and everything looks really good and I'm impressed. And yeah, I just kind of want to give you guys my opinions and reaction on these particular figures firsthand. So with that, let's get in today's unboxing. All right, guys, and here we are. We are going to be talking about a tremendous line that is really capturing a lot of these figures' essence, like to a T. They're also just capturing people's sights, their thoughts, they're catching people's eyes. Everything are really drawing these people to these figures, and it speaks volumes, honestly. So I'm excited to start reviewing these guys. There's some other ones that I have from this line also that I haven't reviewed yet. So be on the lookout for those. But we're going to be talking about the Ichiban Kuji lottery figure, the A prize, which was a 23 to 25 centimeter figure of Godzilla 1954. And this is from the 70th anniversary that was actually this last year that we had celebrating Godzilla's birthday. He turned 70, and Ichiban did a special lottery that usually we don't get. Usually we typically get two of these Ichiban Kuji lotteries per year, usually one in the springtime, one in the fall time, or they kind of mix it up. It just kind of depends. Actually, we got three this last year. We got the two, and then we got a special one for the 70th anniversary, which was around Godzilla's birthday, which was in November. So this was one of them that you were able to get as a prize. It's not available for us over here in the States. It's only for those over in Japan, unfortunately. I like a lot of this stuff. So, but yeah, here is the box showing off the great picture of the Godzilla 54 with all of the name brands coinciding with it. Bandai is the biggest one. They own the Ichiban line license, whatever you want to call it. They are the parent company. So, but I will show off this box because it is pretty spectacular. They all do their box designs really great. Gets a lot of great shots of the said figures, and it's all around the box. So here's a side one, and then obviously we have the back showing some more great shots of the actual figure that you get in here. And then of course on here, another great shot with a description of what Softfix is, and of course the front. So really great stuff. Excited to talk about this one and actually see it firsthand. So let's get right into the figure. All right, guys, and here he is. Here he is in all his glory. Just a tremendous looking figure. Definitely speaks volumes. Knocks my socks off each time I see these things, because I just would not expect the amount of detail and everything that goes into this figure for the price point. Honestly, these things are just not very expensive, and it's crazy that for the price you're getting good quality, very good quality, honestly. So that's really awesome to me. And it's funny how this line of figures got me into collecting a size of figures that I thought I was done collecting, honestly. I was done collecting all the 25 centimeter, like X plus screen accurate figures. And when they did the Godzilla -1 figure, I just had to get it. I had to. The -1 figure is turning into one of my favorite suits designs of all time. So I had to get it reviewed on our channel. Had a very, very positive reception, I think, from everybody and even me, because it was absolutely spectacular. So seeing this and seeing them continue what they're doing is just mind blowing. It really, really is. So um, it's just great what they're doing for the price point of these things. It's absolutely breathtaking what they're doing. It's crazy. So it's not like we haven't seen a 54 before, because we've gotten our fair share of 54s in the past. But honestly, you know, this particular line just knocked it out of the park. It's very, very impressive. Um, great looking figure. Got the essence to a T. And why wouldn't they, honestly? Because it's the master himself, the sculptor, Yuji Sakai. He sculpts all of these figures from the Ichiban Kuji line. As of late, I don't believe it's all of them, but as of late, he has been the man behind all of these great sculpts. And it just shows. It just shows that he's doing such great work with not the biggest landscape to really sculpt these guys on, because 25 centimeters aren't the biggest figures. There's not a lot of room for detail. You got to cram it in as much as you can. With the bigger figures, you can do a lot more with it. So what they're doing with this size and these figures is just tremendous. So let's get a good shot of him in focus, so it's not focusing on me. Maybe. There we go. So yeah, it's exceptional work. I mean, look at that. That face is just 54 to a T. I mean, you can't get any better than that, honestly. And even the painting is great. You got the monochrome black and white, great paint job on it, great detail. I mean, down to his feet, to his hands, to his tail. I mean, everything is just spot on. It really, really is. So I'm really happy with this figure. 54 isn't my bread and butter, honestly. It's not a movie that I go back to. It's not a suit that I go back to a lot, but I appreciate it. And I acknowledge what it's done and what it is, honestly. And if you love it, you love it, and you like it, you like it. I commend that, and that's your thing, but it's not mine. But I still love what it gave us, what it began for us, and I definitely want something in my collection that's 54, honestly. So this thing is just absolutely amazing. And like I said, the size is very, very well. It's actually decent. It's, like I said, about the 23 to 25 centimeter line. So it's a good size for your buck, honestly. I think if retail stores do get these things, which is months and months after the lottery, they're about range from about $120, I think. So still not bad for a highly detailed, screen accurate figure that is resin or very hard plastic or soft vinyl, because there's no give to these things when you squeeze them. It's like they're very, very tough. So it's a different kind of vinyl that they're using. That's just sturdier and weighs a lot more than your normal vinyl figure, but it's not necessarily resin. So yeah, it's got a lot of weight to it, sturdiness. So it just means that you're going to get good quality. So it's really, really great. I absolutely love it. So it's a great looking figure. I can't say enough about it. It's really, really nice. And I love that they did a special lottery because of the 70th anniversary of Godzilla, turning the big 7-0. It was really awesome to see that and get it. And of course, they knocked it out of the park with this one. Yuji Sakai, master at what he does. So glad I got this one in the collection. Right. And really, really quick, I wanted to get this quick size comparison in for you guys. I just wanted to size compare and show you the difference between the X Plus 30 centimeter Yuji Sakai line and the Ichiban Kuji like 25 centimeter line of Godzilla 54. So this is what you're going to get. This is your size difference for each one. This is what the difference is per sculpt, honestly, and the pose. You can see the poses are different. The Yuji Sakai X Plus has more of the arms open look, as the Ichiban is more tucked in, closer to the body, more hunched over. But they both look almost identical, honestly, with the faces. You're not going to get any more perfect than that. Yeah, so I mean, if you haven't got the Yuji Sakai X Plus and you really wanted that said figure, honestly, don't worry. You can always get the Ichiban Kuji, and you're still going to get a just as accurate, very good looking figure overall for the Godzilla 54. And that's the great thing about this stuff, that the X Plus figures are usually very, very expensive, and they just go up in price in the aftermarket. But with the Ichiban, it gives you a different kind of avenue to get that same kind of quality for the same figure or the same character that you're looking for, if they already have one in each line. So it gives you an option, but you don't have to break the bank to get an equally good figure of the same value. So yeah, there you go. All right, next up, one more before we get out of here. Along with the Godzilla 54 that we got from the Ichiban Kuji lottery, we also got another one that was along the lines of that same lottery, and it's another figure that I don't think anybody really expected it, honestly, but we got the Godzilla -1 Odo Island Godzilla, and this thing was a huge surprise and a happy one, honestly, because I was like, this was the first that we ever got of Odo Island Godzilla. I believe they were the first ones to unveil something that they were doing for the Odo Island Godzilla. And then shortly followed, some other companies started releasing stuff. But yeah, this thing is just absolutely looked amazing from photos. And I was like, I'm immediately going to get this. I knew I was going to get both of them when the lottery came out. And I did. And like I said, it's just been a while to get to it. But I'm excited to see what this guy looks like because I have seen photos and he looks amazing. He looks like the best representation of the Odo Island Godzilla thus far, regardless of size, honestly. But so here's the box for him, just like the 54. Great shots of the actual figure all around. This is the B lottery figure. So if you drew the lottery ticket and had the B prize, this is what you got to grab. So on the side, obviously you're going to get more great shots of the Godzilla Saurus, I guess you could say, or Odo Island Godzilla. On the back, same thing. Just like the 54, some more great shots of the figure, and then circling around another one. So great design with the box. They do a lot with these Ichiban Kuji figures. They're not very big, so they could probably put a little bit more time and effort and money, honestly, into the design of the boxes. So it looks great. I think they're awesome. I keep my boxes. So, but yeah, let's get right into the figure and see what this guy looks like. Here he is, and on the turntable, he has given you the full 360 of the said figure. It looks so good. I cannot believe how good this thing is. I absolutely love it. It's stunning. This Odo Island Godzilla, the design overall was so crazy when you saw it in theaters and in the movie. He was so ferocious, so feral, that he was just attacking anything and everyone, but for a good reason. You know, he was just a normal dinosaur animal that was either spooked by something or something he didn't like. You know, maybe he thought he was threatened, so he attacked it, especially the bright lights, the flashing lights with explosions. You know, it angered him. You know, same thing with the rifle fire. You know, if someone's going to hurt you, you're going to hurt them, kind of thing. So But yeah, that whole scene was just next level. Just a different kind of take on what Godzilla was before he was exposed to radiation. Just an awesome, awesome animal. I mean, before that, we just got the Godzillasaurus from 1991, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. And that thing was cool in its own way, but it was pretty stiff. Had different roars, that are from other kaiju, but it was still a fun scene, honestly. So it was so cool that they kind of brought that back into the spotlight to show kind of where Godzilla came to be, honestly. So, and this figure is just absolutely stunning for the size that it is. It's 6-inch maybe figure. This thing is packed with so much detail. It's I can't even find the words for it. That's how good it is. And my speculations of it being the best Odo Island Godzilla representation so far, regardless of size, I think I hit the nail on the head, honestly, because I don't see anything else out there right now that is better than this. If this thing was blown up into a 30 centimeter scale figure, this thing would be, I mean, top 3 of figures for probably the year, honestly. And I hope they do it. I hope somebody does this where they make a bigger scale. I know they're starting to make model kits of this particular Godzilla incarnation. We just got a X Plus Omega Beast release of this particular figure and this character. So it's starting to kind of, hit more and more people, but I want a really nice one that I really like and it's really screen accurate. I think there's only like one model kit that I think that's maybe even close to this one that really resembles and captures the likeness of the monster on screen. But again, a testament to Yuji Sakai being the master sculptor, doing it for so long, and he's at the very top, I think, of sculpting, honestly, that it's so hard to surpass him. He does such a great job. So, and with how small this thing is, like I said, he packs so much detail in this. It's just absolutely insane. It really, really is. I like that they gave you a base to this with the Godzilla -1 logo. And it just helps him stand, just because he's got the more Tyrannosaurus Rex ankles, legs, it's thinner. So they have little pegs on the stand that you can fit right into the holes on his feet, and he just sits real nice. They actually also give you a tail stand that, if you worry about drooping or stability, you can actually prop it underneath his back of his tail to help him stay up even more secure. So I like all of that. He stands perfectly fine just like this. You don't need that kind of an eyesore tail stand. So I'm not going to put it in there with this particular figure. But let's get a close-up of him and see just exactly what this guy looks like. It's just insane, like I said. I mean, look at that. Just crazy, crazy. Yeah, just amazing, amazing. I mean, all the little spikes, the spines, I mean, everything about him. I mean, the coloring is really great. Got some of the damage. Oh man, it's awesome. It really, really is. Love this thing. Awesome. I cannot say that any more than it is, because it is a showstopper. Honestly, it is next level for the price that you get these things at, and there's the size. It's really, really great. So, all right, real quick, I just wanted to get a size comparison on the other Ichiban of the full-grown mutated Godzilla that we got from the Odo Island Godzillasaurus. This is the Godzilla that I've done a review on already. This is the Godzilla -1, the radioactive or the atomic version with the blue dorsal spines. This is your size comparison of what they look like together. They're supposed to be in scale with each other, so this is basically their size and what they would be And I think it fits so good. It looks so nice with each other. Like I said, if they do a 30 centimeter of the Odo Island Godzilla, that would be amazing with what we got from X Plus when they released their 30 centimeter Godzilla -1. If we got a 30 centimeter of that, it would look really, really killer. And a pose like this would be real top notch. But yeah, just kind of wanted to show you guys exactly a side by side of these two if you were curious to see what they look like together. So, all right. And these are the two that are in this video. Now I want to put my score on these guys, rank them for what I think of how good of a figures they are. With the 54, I'm going to go a 8 out of 10. Very solid figure. I personally still choose the Yuji Sakai X Plus. It's just a little bit bigger. They can put more details in it, like I stated before. Just a bigger canvas for them to really work their magic. But regardless of that, this figure is no slouch whatsoever. Still a fantastic figure. I am still glad I got this. And honestly, compared to the 25 centimeter 54, I think the Ichiban even beats that. So this thing is no slouch whatsoever. It is going to compete with the well-known, more screen-accurate figures out there. So don't worry about that. And like I said, for the price, you can't go wrong. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for the 54. And then the Odo Island Godzilla, even with it being smaller, with how great it looks, I'm going to give it a 8.75. Really nice sculpt, great detail. The pose is tremendous. Lots of action, a lot of movement on it. You could feel the ferocity in this figure, just like the movie. Just really great, and I'm really happy I got to add both of these to the collection. All right, guys, that is it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Sorry for the delay on these guys. I know, like I said, it's been a while, and I know a lot of people have these, but I had to get these out and show you guys and get my own opinion about them and a little rundown. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Just remember, 1,000 subscribers doing my next giveaway. For giving away a free X Plus, some canvas prints, and some custom effects for articulated figures donated by a friend of the show, Sergio Trejo. I will put a link to his Facebook page in the description of this video, so you guys check out his work. Thank you, Sergio, for the donation. And yeah, just thank you for everybody. If you want more Godzilla, Kaiju, Tokusatsu, anime, wrestling content, head over to Monsters with Attitude. You can catch me there, and along with some other great people that talk about the same things that we're all just passionate about. So head on over there, subscribe to our channels, our socials, and of course, until next time, later.